Hello, my lovies. Today we're going to talk about two more letters that are together, and they're going to make a brand new sound. Now, this is real interesting because AR is going to make the sound of R, just like as if you were saying the name of that letter. Now, the letter R in our alphabet makes the sound R, and AR makes the sound R. That sounds crazy to me, but that's how we do it in English. So when you see AR, you're going to say R, just as if you were saying the name of that letter R. These are easy words. Some of them you'll already know. Two sounds, art, art. And you guys do a lot of art. There's the word art. Now I'm going to make it longer. Artist, artist. And an artist is someone who creates art. So you could say you're an artist. Look at this. 4 letters. How many sounds? 2 sounds. It's just crazy. Arch, arch. And an arch is this symbol, this shape. This is a famous one that's in a city. You see those at McDonald's, and sometimes they call McDonald's the golden arches. And you can make arches with blocks if you have the right kind of blocks. Sure, smart. She's very smart. She's got everybody working for her. Good for you. Arm. Good. Arm. Harm. Okay. Read the caption. Now, this isn't a word bubble, a speech bubble, because it's not touching anything. It's just some words that go with this picture, so we call this a caption. Did you read it out loud? Harm the chair. Good. Scar. And a scar is any time that you get a break in your skin, a cut. Your skin grows back together, and most of the time it grows back together and you cannot even see where that cut was. But sometimes when it grows back together, it'll leave a little line, and that line is called a scar. R. Putting one more sound at the end. Scarf. And you know about scarves. Mom wears scarves. Whoops. That was an easy one. R. Bar. And bar can be the towel bar that you hang your towels on. Or our bear is in the zoo and his cage has bars on it. There's barn. And you know what a barn is. 2 sounds. Good. Far. She's going to look at the stars. They're way far away. Tar. And Uncle Rich might know a lot about this because his company makes roads. And we use tar. When you see black roads, then that top part is tar. And I have to tell you, tar is real stinky. Some people whose roofs are flat, they don't use shingles like you have on your house. They use tar, and they'll melt the tar down and get it all hot and spread it out. It's hard work, and it's kind of stinky work. Tar does not, it has a strong smell. Star. You know what star is? Good. Some of these words you'll already know. Oh, take a look at that. There's start. Start. All right, he's going to start the race. What's the opposite of start? You start your work and then you finish your work. He starts the race and then he finishes the race. Take a look at that. How many letters? 5 letters. How many sounds? 3 sounds. Sh. And a knife is sharp. Shark. We see sharks if we go to SeaWorld. Shark. All right, look at this again. Chart. You probably have some charts. A job chart. A chart is also used when you want to measure some different kinds of things and keep track of them. Charm. Charms are the little things that you can put on a bracelet or a necklace. March. Now this also could have been the month of March. Your dad has a birthday in March, but it's not the name of a month because remember, if it's a name, I have to put a capital. And this march is just watching the band march, or soldiers can march. Harp. A harp makes really pretty music, but you don't get to hear it very often if you're out in public because look at how big the harp is. And if she wants to play that harp at church or if she wants to go to a friend's house and play her harp, well, she has to put that big thing in her car. So usually we don't get to hear people play the harp, but the music it makes is beautiful. Oh, that's a word you probably already knew without even blending it. Car. Now we'll take the word car and put a sound on the end. D. Card. And card can be a couple of things. It can be a birthday card, or you can play cards, even like when we play Top It, we use cards, or these are called credit cards. Card. Whoops, let me put that back. Now we're going to do it again. There's the word car. Cart. And you know what a cart is. You'll know some of this. Here's the grocery cart that you use. In countries that don't have a lot of tractors and cars and things, they'll use carts to hold their food or hold their people if they're taking their some food to market. And look at this. It's called a golf cart. And when Uncle Rich goes to play golf, the golf course is really big, and if he walked in between the different holes, it would take him a long time and people would have to wait on each other. So they get in this little golf cart and they drive from hole to hole. You can't drive that golf cart on a road, but you can drive it on the golf course, a cart. This is something you know a lot about. Do the first R. Garden. You always have nice gardens. Look at this garden. That would feed a lot of people. Yeah. Sure. Yard. And yard can be 2 different kinds of things. It can be your backyard or your front yard. And a yard can be a yardstick, which is, if I had a ruler, it would take 3 rulers to make a yard. R. Good. Hard. That rock is hard. Now I want to ask you, what's the opposite of hard? I don't want to put my head on that hard rock to go to sleep. I'd rather use a pillow that is soft. Right. Farm. And sometimes my students would get confused about which is a barn and which is a farm, because a barn is part of the farm, but the farm is everything, where the grass, where the crops are growing, where the animals are. This is going to have a circle, so we know it's bark. And I have two different pictures for bark. One is that a dog can bark, and the other is the bark of the tree. Remember when I told you about cork? They take the bark of the cork tree and cut it, and then they use the inside of that bark to make corks. Now, sure, dark. And what's the opposite of dark? The room is very dark, or the room is light. Sure, dark and light. Good. Part. And I have two different pictures for part. A part is if you take your hair and make a straight line in it, and some of it goes this way and some of it goes that way. That's called the part. Or if you break something into pieces, this is part of the United States. This is the picture I found, something cut apart. Did you say park? Good, good. I have two pictures for park. Can you figure out what they would be? One is, it's fun to go to the park to play, and the other, you park the car. Spark. Spark. Oh. Spark is just a little bit of light that comes and stops. Sometimes you see it in fireworks, the sparks. Uh-huh. Read what we have so far. The stars are far away. Okay, here's a long word. So I'm going to take the first part, Martin, Martin. For, it's not the end of the sentence because there's no period yet. Good. Now read the whole sentence. The barn on the farm is for the, I'm not finished because there's no period. I wonder what I could put here. What word could finish this sentence? Give me some ideas. The barn on the farm is for the, good. Okay, here's our word family. Amp. Remember, they're all going to end up rhyming because rhyme words have the same sounds at the end. So we have k, tramp, st, ch, See you soon, raccoon.